Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
And now it's time for our weekly look back into history with Retrospect. Starting off in 1994, Lloydminster sees a big uptick in new residential construction.
A mini construction boom in the border city.
We're certainly as busy as we've ever been.
Latest stats show housing starts on the Alberta side of the border are way up from last year. Between the months of January to June of 1993, 15 homes were built. In the same time period this year, an amazing 65 homes have been put up. These numbers include single detached homes, condominiums, and other dwellings. The increase is being credited to an improved economy. The oil sector is quite busy, and the retail industry is picking up. As well, senior housing projects where all of the maintenance is taken care of are also drawing a lot of people to buy condominiums.
Semi-retired or retired people that, don't want to be mowing their lawn and, and shoveling their snow and things like that. It's all included in their condominium fees.
As to what people are looking for when purchasing a home, that varies. Some with families want schools nearby. Others want a location with other amenities close at hand.
What we see is a lot of growth near Bud Miller, and I think that is a feature that makes that market very hot. You have the leisure center there. It's right next to the college. The park itself is beautiful.
What it seems people don't want is a home on the Saskatchewan side. Only one home was built in the same time period, and most contractors haven't been building there for years.
We haven't built any houses in Saskatchewan for, a number of years. The market there is just too uneasy with what's going on over there. But, I understand there has been some building, but as far as our company, no, we haven't had any kind of activity over there at all.
But all in all, it's been a very good year, and city officials hope it continues.
We still have some proposals that are coming in that are being talked about for development, especially for the seniors market. There's an effort there by some of the local developers to target even more in that area. So I'm kind of excited that we'll see even better numbers later in the fall.
And in 1998, Vermilion Town Council passes new smoking rules.
Emotions were running high last night at the Vermilion Town Council meeting. That's because an issue that most people in the town feel strongly about was up for discussion. The Clean Air Bylaw was the subject of a public hearing last night. Council members listened to a packed house full of opinions on why or why not the Municipal Act should be passed. Finally, they voted 4-3 to pass the bylaw, which will see public buildings in the town smoke-free by the year 2000. And the Vermilion Tobacco Reduction Committee, the group that brought the bylaw before council back in June, is very happy with the decision.
I think that it's a very good move on the part of the town. Environmental tobacco smoke is a serious health issue, and it's just a matter of time before more and more localities do adopt similar bylaws. By taking the step, Vermilion is just going to encourage other neighboring areas to do the same.
But some residents feel the bylaw could hurt business in their town.
Cafes right now operate from 6, 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night to try and survive. They don't make big money in cafes, and it takes 15, 18 hours a day to work to run a cafe. And now you're going to restrict 30% of the population that smokes?
The bylaw involves 2 phases. In 60 days, all public buildings must have designated smoking areas and non-smoking signs posted in these areas. And the second phase is a ban on smoking in all public places where minors are allowed by January 1st, 2000. So far, no other community in the Midwest has taken such a leap.
Well, it is a major step, and I think, I hope that it says to the rest of the world that we're pretty progressive and that we're willing to take the steps that our citizens are asking, and I'm sure there's opposition to it, but hopefully with good education, people will be able to live with this.
But some still feel this bylaw will cause problems for not only residents of Vermilion, but visitors too.
You're also restricting that businessman that comes to Vermilion instead of thinking about starting a business, and he may be a smoker. And he comes to this town and they don't even allow smoking. He's gone to Lloydminster, St. Paul, Wegerville.
Council says the next step is to try and ease residents' concerns while starting the first phase of smoking restrictions.
This has been our look back at this week in retrospect.
Retrospect this week is brought to you by Webb's Ford. Worth your while to drive the extra mile. Webb's Ford in Vermilion.
And now it's time for us to check in for our first time with Shelby Clark, who has a look at your evening weather forecast.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jace Mackey. Yes, now taking a first look at your weather forecast here in the border city. We are starting off very strong for the new week. We are just sitting at 28, so almost hitting that 30-degree mark indeed. We are starting off very warm, mixture of some sun and cloud, and we have been seeing a little bit more sun peeking behind those clouds, so it has been quite a beautiful day today, but also a scorcher, so please make sure you are staying safe, drinking lots of water, and finding shade when needed, and of course, using that sunscreen. That is what's most important. Switching over to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, most spots are kind of following suit with us here in the border city. Most are just sitting around 27 to 28 degrees, and then some are looking slightly cooler, but still seeing those mid-20s. 25 and 26 in some of these spots up higher here with Cold Lake and St. Paul. Then Vegreville, Bonnyville, and Lac La Biche both at 25, and the coolest condition is Edmonton, just sitting at 24, but not looking too shabby. Going over to our Saskatchewan side to check them out. They are kind of matching with us with those conditions. Most spots are just seeing around 26 to 27 degrees on the Saskatchewan side. We have 25 up in Isle Cross, so they are seeing the coolest condition on this side. And going a bit down lower, we start to warm up from there with 28 down in Macklin and now reaching 29 over in North Battleford. So we are seeing some scorchers on our Saskatchewan side as well. North Battleford will be going down to a low of 10, so they will be expecting those double digits once again for their evening low temperature. They are expecting more of a mainly clear and calm night. No high chances of precipitation. Unfortunately, we always like to get some of that to kind of help balance out this dry heat. And then for their Tuesday, daytime high of 28 degrees, so a nice beautiful day once again, kind of continue on from what they are looking at right now, and they are expecting another scorcher, so that means, you know, much sunnier skies. So please make sure you are being careful out there, make sure to enjoy it, but also being safe. Cold Lake will be going down to a low of 11 for their evening low temperature tonight, so they will be also expecting those double digits for their evening, expecting a mainly clear and calm night, no high chances of rainfall. Then for their Tuesday, daytime high of 26 degrees, so just seeing those mid-20s, and they are expecting another scorcher, so mostly sunny as well, so they will be expecting a very sunny day for tomorrow, and they are going to be continuing on this warm streak. For us here in the border city, we will be expecting that low of 12, so we are going to be expecting a warm evening tonight. We aren't seeing a high chance of precipitation, so be prepared. It's going to be kind of continuing on with this warmth. And then for our Tuesday, daytime high of 25, so we will be kind of cooling down from what we're just sitting at today, and we are expecting mostly cloudy, but a comfortable day. So should be a beautiful Tuesday expected for us here in the border city. And ending off with a look at some of your weather photo submissions. Thank you to everyone once again for submitting some weather photos already for starting off today. You can continue to do so. I will use them. It's a nice shot from Heather. Beautiful. Love that everybody gets out there and enjoys some outdoor activities during these beautiful conditions. This one is from Mexico. Love to see it, Donna. Gorgeous shot. Love seeing the colors in the sky. Kind of jealous, but we got some of these beautiful colors in the sky too. And last one is from Saray. Gorgeous shot. This is over in Edmonton. We had a beautiful sunset last night, so thank you for this beautiful photo, Saray. Love to see it. That's all I have for now for First Look, your weather forecast.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Shelby. After the break, a Saskatchewan woman is sharing her story after losing thousands of dollars to a scam. And as we take a look at sports now, the Lloydminster Extreme took on the St. Albert Crude in a playoff series this weekend, with the winner of the three-game series heading to provincials. Here's Thomas Wildman with a look at that.
Game 1 was a tight contest through the first two periods, but the Extreme came alive in the third to win Game 1 10-5. Game 2 was once again held at the Hillmont Redden Arena, and with the win, the Extreme would be off to provincials. The Extreme got the first goal early in the first, with the Crude striking back shortly after. The Extreme would get 2 more, but the Crude would answer back with another goal. Then after a broken play to end the first with the goalie pulled, the Crude would tie the game up at 3 to end the first. After exchanging goals once again to start the second, with the Crude taking the lead midway through the second, but soon after the floodgates opened. Ben Stechniak would score, and then Brennan Blizz to give the Extreme the lead back, while the Crude would bring it back within 1 goal. Back-to-back goals by Dylan Hepburn and Jared Fisher would give the Extreme a 9-7 lead into the third. The momentum would keep up from there, and the Extreme would score 3 more goals and shut out the Crude for a final score of 12-7. Head coach Graham Murray was impressed with his team's effort in the second half.
I thought we showed some resiliency, and defensively I thought we played really well. You know, that team has improved immensely over the course of the season. They play a hard game, and you know they pushed us to our limit, and I'm glad that we came in on top.
That defensive help definitely didn't go unnoticed by goaltender Riker Gamble, especially with provincials on the horizon.
It really helps me out. Last year, provincials were going to be playing the same team again. They have really good offense, and we were shutting them down last year. I hope we shut them down again this year with our good D.
This team's ultimate goal has been to make it back to provincials and to the gold medal game to hopefully get revenge against the Cranbrook Black Wolves, and the team is excited for the opportunity in Ennisfail.
We're excited, yeah. After coming second last year, we want it bad this year. We want to beat Cranbrook, and the atmosphere is good. We're ready to roll.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News.
We have a familiar face back on Primetime Local News today. Rafi Jag is joining us from his home studio here in Lloydminster. Rafi, thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you once again for having me.
Well, let's talk about what you've been up to, because every time we speak with you, there's something more exciting. And let's talk about new music you have on the way. First of all, tell me a little bit about that.
So as you know, I've been releasing music for a couple of years now, and I've gotten back into the studio with Velveteen Studios, and they've helped me create a new song actually called Warrior. And yeah.
And is the song out already, Rafi, or is it going to be released?
Yeah, so it's going to be released, and I'm hoping for it to be released around September or October.
Now, a lot of artists, when they release this, they will also do videos to go with it, Rafi. Is that part of your plan?
Yes, so I'm hoping to have a music video with it after the release, actually, and it's one song that I've created that I'm very willing to collaborate with other artists as well to create that.
Now, you usually have a million things on the go, like I said off the top of the interview. What is happening in regards to competitions and performances and that sort of thing? Do you have a lot of that coming up, or are you just kind of working on this for now?
Yes, I'm hoping to perform at a competition actually in LA come September. And I'm wanting to actually perform this new single before it's released out. The single means a lot to me just because it's called Warrior, just for reference. And it just basically talks about as well my journey into the music industry and how I'm trying to break in. And you find most of the time the hardest thing with us artists is to actually just keep going and keep staying in there. So I'm wanting to go around and hopefully inspire people with this new music, and I'm going to be traveling for it. So
did you write the song, Rafi, or are there co-writers?
I did. I wrote the song with my Velveteen Studios family, which is Brandon Eunice, Brad Simmons, and Rander Lynn actually helped me create the piece. So I'm very excited for it. It's a collaborative effort that we made, and yeah.
So will this be something that could be part of a bigger project, maybe a full album at some point, or is it one step at a time right now?
So this song actually is basically my catapult into wanting to create an album just so I could have more of a set list, I guess, for when I'm performing. And my goal ultimately is to be touring. So.
What is the response, Rafi, when you perform not only in Lloydminster, but I know you've performed a lot in communities in this area. Do you have lots of fans that turn out and really are supporting what you do?
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's actually every time I meet somebody that tells me that they have listened to me, or somebody I don't know comes up to me and says they've seen me performing somewhere. It's really a heartwarming feeling every single time. It's never it's never a new thing for me, and I just hope to keep inspiring people with my music, and I just want to keep going with it.
So, Rafi, if people are looking to get a sneak peek of your video or of the music, or even hear some of the things that you've done in the past, what is the best way to find you?
Yes, so all of my social media is at Rafi Jag, RAFIJAG. And actually, I just released my new website, and that's where I will be showing most of where I'm performing, and dates that I'll be in different cities, as well as booking informations for me and my music, which is rafijag.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck. We can't wait to hear the full single, and I know that you'll be performing around here sometime as well. So we'll chat with you again soon and see what you're up to. Thanks again, Rafi, for joining me.
Thank you so much again for having me.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Grammy-considered singer-songwriter Glenda Benavides. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Glenda.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Of course, excited to be able to have you on here because for this newest single, I just want to start off with the easiest question here. Can you just kind of explain what the song is all about?
Well, it's funny because originally it was written. I didn't actually write the complete lyrics. It was my music partner that wrote the song originally, and he said, "Oh, I want you to sing it," and I said, "Okay." So I'm preparing to sing it, and I go, "Well, what's it about?" And he's like, "Well, it kind of reminds me of an old wives' tale that they told us in the South, that this guy was in love with this woman, or they're married or whatever, and she was having an affair, and he finds out and he burns them in the house that they have their affair in." He burns it down and he watches while it burns. So for me, when I sing the song I Burn, it's because I'm passionate about you and I love you so deeply. So that's how I interpret it when I'm singing it, but that's kind of the crazy story behind it.
Well, I think I like your version just a little bit better. Not as dark, and I think it makes a lot more sense with the I Burn title, so that's really good to hear. Now, when people listen to this new single, what are you hoping that they get out of this?
I'm just so proud of this song. It is so beautiful. And I'm featuring another female artist, and her name is Kathy Mills. And Kathy has been singing gospel since she was 3. And her voice is so beautiful, and she just really brings that energy of uplift for people through the song, even while while I'm singing this more of dramatic, my mind drifts back, it's just like, that really kind of passionate. And she just kind of adds that beautiful sprinkle on top. When you hear it, it's wonderful. I love it. I'm just really proud of it. And I hope that they can take whatever they want away from it, but I hope that they are inspired and uplifted and really embrace their own passion.
And you think with this project here, with this newest single, that gave you any inspiration for any future works that you may be working on? You can give us a little teaser on.
Sure, absolutely. Actually, we're working on a new song. It'll be a single, and I think first of all, I Burn is up. We submitted for Grammys this year, so fingers crossed. And then I've got one other song. It's called Unbreakable. And right now I've got a guy in the UK that does a lot of my mixing and helps me co-produce a lot. So he is working on that track right now. Fingers crossed we can get it all done and up for a possible nomination. And I'm featuring Kathy Mills on that. So she'll be singing that song, and will be the category will be gospel for that.
Perfect. I'm assuming that you probably will be seeing that strong support, even though it's been a week, but you've already started with the marketing. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Glenda, that I may have missed out on just on this newest single and maybe where people can check it out?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty much on all platforms. So whatever, like everyone goes on different platforms for different reasons. So I'm on Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, Apple, iTunes. They can just go I Burn, and then it's Glenda Benavides, Benevides, and how they can really support me and support arts is just go on and listen. And if you really like it, please follow me, please share it. And just know that we're passing the words of love, passion, and inspiration on to everyone. So that would be a great support if people would do that. It's really in the genre of blues and roots, not arts. Yes, it is art, but blues and roots music. And just, let everybody know that anytime you purchase any of my merchandise or buy any of my music, I know that you're doing that. And so what I've been doing is I've been helping, move environmental causes forward. So it's One Tree Planted is who I support. And so when you buy that, I plant a tree for you. So that's what I've been doing.
That's right. And I think that's such a beautiful initiative to do that with your music. So I think that's really, it's a plus side for people that want to buy your music as well. It's helping with the environment and also getting to listen to your great music. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, especially, I know you guys are having a tough time up there with fires this year. And, so I do plant in Canada. So Canada, the UK, and then, of course, down here in California where I'm at. So.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Glenda.
You're welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And ending off with another quick look at your 7-day forecast, we do have some scorchers ahead for the week. We're going to be seeing 25 tomorrow, almost reaching 30 degrees once again on Wednesday. We won't be seeing it cool down too much as we pass by Wednesday. We'll be hitting those mid-20s for Thursday and Friday as we head into the weekend, and we should see those warm conditions continue on into next week.
That's awesome, Shelby. Great to see a nice warm start to August here, right around the corner. Coming up tomorrow's the first day of August.
Yes.
Now, before we go, though, this video is still trending today. Cardi B threw her microphone at a fan who doused her with a drink on stage in Las Vegas. Take a look at this.
Wow.
Craziness, right? As you can see there, obviously, she was singing when a fan threw the contents of a white cup on her. Her face, her orange dress, they were all soaked. She berated the perpetrator, and then the security came out, got her microphone back. Now that fan was tossed out of the concert, and she's just the latest performer to have an object thrown at her while performing. This is something that's almost becoming a trend, but I don't know what's going on here.
It is such a shame because, I'm so glad that Cardi B actually decided to do something.
Yeah.
Because I know obviously that's a bit violent. We don't always want violence, but how many of these performers are going to have things thrown at them while they get hurt, physically assaulted pretty much?
Yeah.
And these fans, or so-called fans, are doing all this.
Yeah, you're going to a concert, you would think you enjoy the person, but then you're throwing water.
Yeah.
We've seen phones with
Not
some different
true
people
fans,
too.
that's for sure. Who wants to
100%.
actually physically harm the performer that they're watching? I'm so glad that Cardi B actually, I guess, took
Stood
action.
up for herself,
you don't
I
always
guess.
want to see violence, but what can you do?
Yeah, we had to show that video though, because it's just so crazy to see that kind of stuff happening, and definitely feel sorry for her. But yeah, that's how it goes.
What can you do?
That's all the time we have for this edition of Primetime Local News. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.